Baby Boomer Tales. Hi, my name's Jim, and I just finished eating my breakfast. I had one sausage patty, toast with honey on it, and a glass of apple juice. I pretty much eat this way anymore. Breakfast for me has changed a lot over the years, and that got me thinking about my food habits during my lifetime. When I was a kid, I remember being woken up by my dad. He turned the light on, it'd drive him crazy that you'd want to sleep late. And he'd say something to the tune of, "You're burning daylight. You gonna sleep all day? If you wouldn't stay awake so late at night, you could get up in the morning." Things like that. Well, he'd make me 2 eggs over easy, piece of toast, and bacon. He would cook those eggs. It might not even been over easy now that I think about it. And it might have been sunny side up. What I remember is he cooked them so hot that the edges of the white of the egg would kind of be crispy. And the yolk was always nice and runny. He was the best egg maker I've ever known in my entire life. He was a good egg maker. So I'm not positive he flipped them over easy. Now, my mother did flip them over easy. And I've made it sound on this podcast before like my dad was the one that made breakfast. But that's not always true. Only if he got you up. For whatever reason, he'd have Pete Smythe's General Store going on the radio, and he'd be the only one up, unless he wakes you up or wakes me and my brothers up or whatever. My mother would make French toast. It was so good, but we didn't call it French toast. We called it egg bread, and it was just yummy. The only other place I ever had French toast this good was when we'd go visit our grandparents in New Mexico. We stopped at this little restaurant about 3 hours down the road. And how I remember it is they had live fish swimming in concrete streams. Anyway, they would make us French toast and powdered sugar on the top of it. But besides that, we ate Mom's egg bread, and it was really quite delicious. Generally, though, what I had for breakfast, and this followed me through most of my life, I'd have a bowl of cereal. I really liked sweetened cereal. During my adult life, when I'd have to get up in the morning and go and work, I would have a bowl of cereal. And as I got older, I couldn't eat shredded wheat or anything with a lot of fiber like bran or any of that. It kind of stick right in my craw and cause great distress for me. But I could eat Frosted Flakes. I could. Anyway, breakfast has really changed for me, and it's really got me thinking about my eating habits through my lifetime. My favorite breakfast has to be biscuits and gravy. I'm a huge gravy fan, but I do not eat it very often because of the health. What's the opposite of benefits? Well, that's what gravy does, is the opposite of benefits in your food. But when I do get biscuits and gravy or hash browns with gravy on it, I like gravy on stuff. I eat a lot of gravy. So I do not get gravy, but maybe once every couple months, possibly. I like mashed potatoes and gravy. I like gravy on chicken fried steak. I like gravy, especially that white peppered gravy, country gravy, the one made with milk. I really like gravy, but I don't get it very much. But biscuits and gravy has to be my favorite breakfast. I like omelets. I like my eggs, Scrambled's fine. I put Tabasco sauce or some type of hot sauce on scrambled eggs. I like to drink juice. Saturday morning juice is always tomato juice for me. But the rest of the week, I'll drink either apple juice or orange juice. And I prefer orange juice, but I'll have a glass of apple juice about once a week. Henceforth, that's what I had today. Basically because there was no orange juice in the fridge. So after I had my apple juice, I did go downstairs and pull a half gallon of orange juice out of the fridge down there and brought it upstairs. For lunches, when I was a kid, of course, school lunches, or Mom would make me a sandwich, stuff like that. As I got older into the working world, I had a lot of fast food for lunch. Now, when I say a lot, I mean maybe once a week. I was always of the mind that back then, if a hamburger and fries and a soft drink cost you $4, say, you average $4 for fast food lunch, 5 of those is $20. $20 multiplied by 50 working weeks out of the year, if you get a couple weeks vacation, that's $1,000 you spend on a crappy hamburger, basically. I mean, you might love fast food hamburgers, but when you think about it, and stop and think about it, you think about the hamburger maybe you grill on your grill, and you compare that to that $10 hamburger today, basically. It's crazy. There's no comparison. So back then, back when I was working for a living, I would only have a crappy hamburger once a week. And I'd pack my lunch the rest of the time. Usually it was leftovers, and that worked really well for me. But let's just say fast food for lunch. Dinner, growing up, I'd have whatever my mother would make. She was great at fried chicken, wonderful meatloaf. We'd have some sort of fish once a week, usually fish sticks or something. And another once a week deal was liver and onions because she thought we needed to have iron. I don't need iron. I've talked about this before. My body produces iron for some reason, and so I have to monitor it and be very careful that I don't eat too much iron. I have to watch my iron intake. Henceforth, and this is only one reason, I haven't had liver and onions since I left home. The other reason is, even though my mom made it so it was palpable, I'd rather have a steak. Breakfast is the one meal that I can't seem to do without. I pretty much have to eat as soon as I get up. Now, when I worked, first thing I would do was I would eat a bowl of cereal, then get ready for work, and drink my coffee once I got to work. Today, I sit for a couple hours probably and drink coffee before I eat. It all depends on what time I get up. My goal in life is to get up after 8 in the morning, but more times than not, it's around 6. This morning I got up at 4:30. I don't know. I had a pee and I'm up anyway. Might as well stay up. Well, I didn't eat until about 9, maybe 8:30 this morning. But I still have to eat breakfast. I can skip lunch and dinner. Yesterday I skipped lunch. I mowed until about 1 o'clock. So when I got in, I showered and just decided to wait until dinner and have an early dinner, which brings me to this point. We used to eat dinner about 6, 6:30, sometimes 7. Now it's about 4, 4:30 generally, not always, but usually fairly early. I grilled burgers last night, and so I wanted to wait until after 4 where my grill sits. After 4 or so, the grill sits in shade and not sun, and so it's comfortable to be out there in the shade grilling. But my mother made wonderful dinners. It took years for my wife to catch on to that. But once she did, she became such an excellent cook. Her meatloaf rivals my mother's. Maybe I just got used to it, but I don't think so. She is a very good cook. It amazes me. Now, I do the grilling outside, and once in a while I get going on something, like I'll make beans and ham or something, but usually the inside cooking, my wife takes care of it, and she takes care of me, and I really appreciate it. Very seldom we go to a restaurant anymore. I keep track of everything, every nickel I spend and all that stuff. And I've noticed since 2020, and especially this last couple of years when I decided I don't like restaurant food too much. I prefer my wife's. That our food budget has actually gone down, which is wild and crazy because prices have gone up. But what it is when I was working especially, we'd go out to eat for dinner several times a week and all that, which we do not do anymore. But my favorite foods are barbecue, wings, steaks, and of course hamburgers. My 4 basic food groups. Breakfast may be my favorite meal of the day when I get a good one, but I love those 4. As far as lunch, I don't know, whatever I find. Very seldom I eat a sandwich though. I like to make tuna, but I eat it with crackers and not bread anymore. I think I eat tuna because I get this fish craving, and it's easier than going out and catching a fish in my pond, cleaning them and gutting them and cooking them. I'd rather have a can of tuna fish. Plus, I buy tuna fish at, it used to be 60 cents a can, but now if I watch, I can still get it under $1. So that's a pretty cheap lunch. It makes 2 lunches. Desserts? Now, I very rarely eat dessert after a meal, but I do like desserts. My favorite is probably Boston cream pie, apple pie. I'm not crazy about cakes, although a Boston cream pie is pretty much a cake's cousin. We'll just leave it at that. Apple pie and Boston cream pie. You can throw cherry pie in there if you want. Our song of the week is Different Drum by the Stone Ponies featuring Linda Ronstadt. This great song was written by Michael Nesmith in 1964. You may know him as a member of the Monkees. It was first recorded by a bluegrass band called the Greenbrier Boys in 1966. In 1967, it was popularized by Ronstadt and the Stone Ponies. It made number 13 on Billboard Hot 100 chart. It was originally written as a boy's perspective, but Linda Ronstadt flipped it and made it from a girl's perspective. You can tell this a little in the wording of the song. One great example is where she's saying, I ain't saying you ain't pretty, but all I'm saying. It gave a level of passion and sensuality. This song was a springboard to Linda Ronstadt's solo career. Just want to talk about how my meals have changed since I've gotten older. 20 years ago, I'd eat as much and whatever I wanted, and I'd gain weight, and then I'd just stop drinking soda pop, for example, and lose weight. Gain it and lose it, gain it and lose it. Well, today, very seldom I drink soda pop, number one. About the only time I drink it is when I eat a hamburger. It's weird, I know, but I've gotten myself with pizza and tacos and all that, drinking something else, like an Arnold Palmer or something. I really watch what I'm eating. Like I said, I don't eat much bread anymore, a piece of toast in the morning. And a lot of times that is the only bread product I'll eat all day, is that one piece of toast. I do eat earlier, and I think that's a sign of growing older. Of course, I go to bed earlier, usually. In the wintertime, 8 o'clock is late for me, but not always. Not always. I can stay up and watch a movie until 11 or something. If we have company, I'll stay awake as long as the company stays here. Problem with that is, though, the company's usually my age or older, and they're wanting to go home anyway. Now, that doesn't happen as often as it used to. No, it doesn't. I do like food. I like to sit down during a meal, although with my wife and I, it's kind of different sitting at a dinner table, eating dinner, and a lot of times we just sit in front of a TV and eat. One thing's always guaranteed is when we have a steak, we sit at the table. I will not eat at a TV tray and try to enjoy a steak. But yeah, that's about it for me this week. Always try to be kind in every situation. It's good for you, and it's good for all around you. Thank you for riding along today. It means more to me than you'll ever know. I'll be back next Wednesday. Peace out.